Alright, so first up in the top 16 we have Mateus versus Lipme. Mateus is leading. Alright, if we are ready, hit the lights in 3, 2, 1, let's send it! Block! Alright, we are starting at the score line there. Ooh. Very, very tight proximity from Lipme there. As they transition over to the long turn, Lipme dialing it back just a little bit. And there we are over the line. Second run. And we are green. Let's go. Mateus keeping a much safer distance. Going in a little bit at that transition. Very good mirroring right there. As they transition to the final corner, Mateus falling back a little bit. And there we are over the line. We are waiting for the verdict. Alright, we have 1 vote, 2 votes for Mateus. And a one more time. That meaning Mateus goes on to the top 8. Alright, rolling up to the line now. We have Waffle versus No Limitants. Waffle will lead. Those S-chassis dominating the field like usual. Alright, we are ready, we are agreed, we are going! Let's see it! Waffle keeping it tidy as always. Very good mirroring from No Limitants there. Not letting him get away. As they transition over that touch and go. Bit of hesitation from No Limitants, but catching up all the better. Nice transition there going to the final corner. No Limitants sacrificing a little bit of line to try and catch up. And there we are over the line. Fight! Waffle on his door straight from the get-go into that U-bend. Good proximity there, going a little bit over the line. Very nice transition going into there. Not really seeing that mirroring we're after, but... oh, there we have it. Good transition going to the last corner. No one really going wide here now that we're not in qualifying anymore. Oh! Waffle may have had a bit of a hiccup there. And No Limitants takes the win, moving on to the top 8. Now here we have 2 of the more notorious competitive drivers of Berserk. Both have seen each other in the field before. And we are ready. In 3, 2, 1, let's set it! Block! Lint going in a bit of a wider pattern already from the start there. Sacrifice a bit of line to catch up to MS, but right on his door there for a bit. As we transition going over to that touch and go. Blint hammering to try to catch up. A lot of angle there from both drivers. Transitioning to that last turn. Oh! Another one bites the dust. MS is gonna have to make a major mistake now if Blint's gonna have a chance. Wider line there for Blint again, going into that U-bend. AMS being really aggressive. Oh! may be a bit too aggressive, but no major mistakes so far. Staying off of that wall, that's good. And there we are over the line. And we have 3 votes for AMS. AMS moves on to the top 8. Alright, those lights are going green. Syme kicks it off. That BMW seems to struggle a little bit with speed. Carbon keeping a very respectable distance. Absolutely some good mirroring here. This is what we like to see. Alright, we kept it clean, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are ready, let's send it! Syme keeping a much tighter proximity. Some very good mirroring from Syme here as well. Oh, dropping offline a little bit. Bit of a hesitation and a correction there from Syme. Oh! He may have missed that zone entirely. Doing all he can to keep up with that BMW. And there we are over the line. Alright, we have one more for Carbon. One more time, and Carbon takes the win. Oh, no, it is still equally bad. I'm just gonna keep quiet during this and let it unfold. Alright, second half once again. Still being very capable of staying on his door and on that line. Very good mirroring as well. Alright, and there we are over the line. Alright, we have 1 vote for Matthias, 2 votes, and a 1 more time. Meaning Matthias moves on. Yeah, it's just not feasible for SRT to be playing with that lag. Alright, Battle of the NEDTs. Let's send it! Oh, very nice to see. No lag. Oh! And A3 shuts it down. That is gonna be a legal pass there for no limitants. Okay. Oh! As long as no limitants keeps it dialed on this, he will be safe. Good initiation, getting on that scoring line through the U-bend. Big overrun there from A3. Bit of a stutter. Transitioning to that touch and go. Nice and wide there. And no one bites the wall. And there we are over the line. That was quite obvious, but we'll still wait for the call. Yep, No Limitants moves on. We have Sigani versus AMS. Sigani will lead. Once again, AMS and Sigani, two very well-known competitive drivers in the community of Berserk. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see it! Expecting something good here. Seems to be a trend there with BP Customs. Oh! And obviously, every initiation zone is also a decel zone, so that fault would go to AMS for overtaking. Obviously, some drivers have worse ping than others, and having to adapt to that desync isn't the easiest. Alright, we are back in for the second half of that round. If we are ready, let's send it! Big swing there from AMS. Sigani taking that door early on, sacrificing a little bit of line to get back on that door, but no overtake as we saw. Bit of a hesitation there on that inside. Doing a nice job of catching up, sacrificing a little bit more of line. Really fighting to keep up with the AMS there. But we kept it clean and we are over the line. And we have one more times against one win for AMS there. Let's see that again. Alright, here we are, one more time. AMS versus Sigani. Let's keep it clean, guys. Let's go. AMS seems to be keeping it a little bit safer. No, same overtake. We have seen a lot of drivers struggle with the initiation, the U-bend, and that first few zones on this map. It is very tricky with that desync. There we are over the line. Alright, if we are ready. Oh, bit of a bump there, but we are before the scoring zone, so that doesn't matter. A lot of line sacrifice from Sigani there at the initiation, but he's keeping it overall clean. Almost straightens there going to the transition. Oh! And there we are over the line. We have one, we have two, and we have 3 votes for AMS. AMS moves on. Now Carbon's gonna have to really pick up that pace with that BMW. He's gonna have a chance to follow up with Goofy. He's a very fast driver, and here we are. Goofy goes wide before the initiation. Very nice entry there. Good reaction from Carbon. Sacrificing a bit of line there. Trying to keep up. Carbon falling far behind. And there we are over the line. Alright, here we are, second run. Carbon spins the tires with that BMW. Very, very aggressive entry there. Goofy doing a nice job of keeping up. A lot better on that proximity. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Wow. That was quite a second half of that run. Let's hear what the judges have to say. And Goofy takes the win. Moving on to the semi-finals. We are ready, ladies and gentlemen, let's send it! Very good starter from both drivers. No Limitants catching up. Going very wide and aggressive there. Good transition. Bit of an overcorrection there from Mateus. Almost wiping himself out on the inside. No Limitants there on the inside. Sacrificing a bit of line to catch up to Mateus again. Oh! That was pretty much at the finish line, I think. Alright, we're good, we're good. Alright, second half. Let's send it! Mateus getting a ride on that there early on. Oh! Not quite sure what happened there, but we're rolling with it. We are rolling with it. We are rolling through that touch and go, transitioning over to the fast bit. Bit of a jitter there for both drivers. Almost going into the wall there, Mateus. And there we are over the line. It's getting action-packed now, people. Alright, we have one, we have two, we have 3 votes for Mateus. Mateus moves on to the finals. Obviously meaning no Limitants will be in the battle for 3rd place. Now next up, we have a battle between 2 absolute forces of nature, AMS and Goofy. I know these two have been practicing a lot together. They sort of adapt the same driving style and technique. This is gonna be an interesting one. AMS versus Goofy. Cheech and Chong. I can't say that. Alright, AMS on the line. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of Flock, of the audience, are we ready to see this? Let's send it! On an absolute dial line there, both drivers. Goofy going a little tighter on that line. Very good transition. Goofy reacting to that aggressiveness of AMS on that touch and go. Goofy is just not phased by AMS's moves as they transition to the fast corner. No one's going in the wall tonight. And there we are over the line. This is what we like to see, people. Alright, rolling it back now. Goofy going in that lead position. Alright, the Battle of the Giants. One more time. Let's see it. Go, go, go. Goofy going on that wider line. Let's see if AMS has learned to stay behind the U-bend, and he has. Not really mirroring as well as Goofy did, but he is paying attention, no matter. Bit of a wall bump there from AMS. Not really that tight through the touch and go as Goofy was. Transitioning over to the fast corner. AMS in tight chase trying to keep up with Goofy. And there we are. Who will it be? I heard a bird sing. We have one for AMS. I've meant Goofy. Sorry, Goofy. We have two for Goofy. And we have three for Goofy. Goofy moving on to the finals. AMS gonna be in the battle for third place. Absolutely fantastic show, people. Now obviously AMS coming back to the line for that battle for third place with No Limitants in chase. Both of them having passenger princesses, that's what we like to see. Gotta balance out that ballast. Alright, we are nearly done for tonight. This is the battle for third. Who will it be? We have a missed start. Hit those lines. In 3, 2, 1, let's send it! Block! Seeing that same clean line and entry from AMS, his consistency is just absolute. Oh, and No Limitants falls far behind. Big overcorrection, and he may have just spun out there. I didn't quite see. No Limitants doing everything in his power to catch up. He is not giving up. I can still hear him back there. And he's still there in Shaw. And there we are over the line. Man, you gotta hand it to him. Like, that's just a champion mindset. They're like, never give up. Always, like, even if you know you're gonna lose, just put on a show, get out there. We're all here to get better. Alright, final run. Let's go! Very tight inside there from No Limitants. Keeping it on track in that U-bend. AMS still not holding back even though he could. Putting on an absolutely heater of a show. No Limitants really loving to go close on those insides. And there we are over the line. And a big bump there from No Limitants. Bump of celebration. Alright, since we have no votes for one more time, we do have a winner selected for third place, which will be announced at the podium. We have Mateus in the lead, with Goofy close by in chase. The final showdown of the night. Ladies and gentlemen of clock, 3, 2, 1, let's send it! Very nice initiation there from both drivers. Goofy, absolutely perfect mirroring right up until that transition. Moving to the wall. A bit of an hesitation from Mateus, going to that touch and go. Goofy absolutely not phased at all by Mateus' moves. Transitioning over to that fast corner. No one's going into the wall. We're keeping it absolutely dialed, and there we are. And now, we will see these two drivers go against each other one final time. Let's go! Wide line there from Goofy going into the initiation. Very nice job from Mateus there mirroring. Good transition on that inside. Oh! Getting a little bit too aggressive there maybe. As we move to that final outside zone. Yowza! And there we are. Alright, we have no word from the judges that we will see a one more time, so we do have a winner. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we arrive at the podium and the final calls of tonight. We have seen it all tonight. We have seen absolutely outlandish lag, reminding us more of a PowerPoint presentation than than a drift run. We've seen crashes, we've seen mistakes, we've seen some absolutely amazing driving. I have waited so long to finally be able to pull off this launch competition for BADL, and I am so proud of you all. It has been an absolute joy to take part in and to host this for you guys. So without further ado, I present to you a driver well known to us from before. Taking third place tonight, AMS! And now for the big one. Your first place winner here tonight. And the first official BADL competition winner. Goofy! I want to thank all the drivers, I want to thank the staff, I want to thank the judges, the designers, all of the people who've made this possible and to make our vision come true. You can expect a lot more from us going forward, especially going into the next comp and the official championship season that BADL's gonna host. We will have instant replay cams from the drone perspective after every run, so that it will be easier for the audience to analyze the runs as well. Now I am just lost for words right now. I cannot even think of a single more thing to say as an announcer other than thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.